Hey Afterbuzzers, it's Angela Struck here. Tonight we're talking about The Challenge, Rivals 3, Episode 3, and stuff was dirty. Hashtag Smashly. Get ready to dish.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, Afterbuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Shake my DJ spin it, show me your hands.
Man, this song's so appropriate.
I don't remember those words, but it's a great song, and definitely that dirty music video is, perfectly fitting for tonight's episode. What were your impressions?
Oh man, hey guys, welcome. My name is Paulina Aguilar, and you guys can find me on Twitter at _Paulina Aguilar and on Instagram at Paulina M. Aguilar. Angela, where do we find you?
Yes, I'm so excited to talk. I totally forgot to introduce myself again. I'm Angela Struck, and you can find me on Twitter at the Angela Struck and on Instagram at Angela Struck. All right, Paulina, what do you think?
I loved this episode. I hated that there was no elimination. That bothered me. We'll get to that later on. But overall, I loved the drama, which is always what we want to see. And the challenge itself was dirty.
Oh my gosh.
I needed like a blindfold half the time.
I mean, the episode started with just a lot of drama. I mean, Ashley at the club, a hot mess.
Girl.
Get it together. But I mean, that's what we saw when she was in Chicago. I mean, this is who she is. We all knew it was going to come out. It was only a matter of time.
It didn't take any time.
Yeah.
All it was just hand her a shot of tequila or a beer, give her a drink.
And all of her insecurities were just pouring out, huh? I actually kind of felt bad for her.
Yeah, I did too. And Jamie didn't do anything, and Nicole was like, "Hey, girl, I just gotta go to the bathroom, So yeah, I know I did feel bad, and I think it's a little bit embarrassing, especially if it's on national television. So yeah, I did feel for her.
I think she has no shame at this point, but
no, hey, own it. I mean, if you know how you are, why not, right?
But I mean, I understand where she's coming from. I mean, some of those clicks seem really strong. And it seems like as a newcomer, I mean, it's hard to break in. It's hard to kind of get into that circle. So I get where she was coming from, but, letting it out in her drunken rage, I don't think was the best.
The new version of Camilla Nader.
Yeah.
But I really liked Corey in this as her partner. He was like, okay, I got to get it together for her. I got to support her, and I think he did a really good job.
Yeah. And speaking of Camilla, she was hilarious in the bathroom. I mean, everybody can relate to that when you're with your friend and they're just wasted and you're trying to talk them off that cliff.
But you're drunk too.
Yeah. She was doing her best, but I mean, she just wasn't making any progress. You're right. Corey was the one who eventually kind of got her back in a good state.
Yeah.
But I just think she's got to be more and more drama.
Oh, of course. And the whole Jamie thing. We saw them back at the house. And he was drunk too, and they were both feeling it, and bada bing, bada boom.
Laid. He was like, "All right, drama's over. You're hot."
They made up pretty quick on that one.
They seemed actually like they have a real connection, though. I mean, I kind of thought like from that first night when they, hit it in the bathroom that it was going to be a hit it and quit it situation, but
I haven't seen anything real yet.
Yeah, well, he was kind of like, I'm not going to chase you.
Right.
If like, don't pretend that you don't have, feelings and real, like, emotions for me. And I felt like he was kind of implying, like, I have it for you. I don't know. What do you think? Or you think he was just trying to get lucky?
I think both. I saw more of the lucky part. But when you're drunk, and I'm pretty sure everybody can relate to it, your true feelings come out. You speak the truth, and all of a sudden, you're this big bad person. At the same time, it's like I don't know, at least from experience, I don't try to talk to someone like that who's drunk, or try to negotiate or try to.
You mean when you're hooking up, or like
no, just in general, just in general. Like
you just want to distance yourself from the crazy drunk person.
There's no like getting them to think logically and get a reason or anything out of them. So it's like, I'll just talk to you when you're sober.
Right.
So from that, I'm just kind of like, oh, you're drunk. Talk tomorrow in the morning over coffee.
Yeah, better just to go to bed and deal with it in the morning with a big glass of water, in your system and everything. Okay. But what did you think about Simone? I felt she was such a troublemaker. I mean, why was she, putting words in Ashley's mouth to Jamie?
Girl, you were starting trouble on that. Are you the one? Okay, that's why you have your rival, but you need to stop. That is not your business. She did not say a thing about it, and it ain't your business. Like, real life, if you don't like anybody going, and I have a big thing about that. Like, if someone is fighting or you have your own thing going on, I will sit and pop some popcorn.
Yeah.
I will not get in the middle of it.
She wasn't involved at all. I
No.
mean, I thought it was hilarious that she called Ashley a camera whore, because in my opinion, Simone is the biggest camera whore, which is what Ashley said, but it's like she was just putting on Ashley what, you know, is really her, you know, ulterior motive. So I wasn't a fan of that whole situation.
No. And I think what bugged me the most is with Simone, she doesn't know either of them. I can see if, hey, maybe you and Jamie go back 5 years.
Camilla
or if,
and Nani.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly. You guys have a history. There's some kind of loyalty as far as friendship outside the show. Hey, by all means, go for it. That's what I would do.
Right.
You know, I would lie with that person. But because you're not and you don't, what are you doing?
Yeah, I thought that was just really nasty and not nice and mean girl.
I think it's just so immature.
And I think that Ashley really does kind of like Jamie, and for her to go and say, oh, I don't think that, you know, she's as into you as you are to her.
Yeah.
I mean, that was really mean.
And I think I say this every single time about reality shows is, guys, they're gonna see this back on
Yes.
television. There are cameras, so just turn that brain on. Think about it.
Yeah, you get caught as the mean girl. I mean, who wants to be that role?
Not
I mean,
I.
I guess her, because she's willing to do whatever to be on TV. But I don't know. Girl needs to calm down. I was not a fan of that whole
No,
situation.
not at all.
Okay. So then we have this bizarre. Well, first of all, we got 2 new contestants.
Yes.
Amanda and Nelson. What do you think about them?
Before
The craziness that came.
Okay.
Just initial impressions.
Okay, 2 things. Of them as human beings and competitors, Amanda, you crazy. I saw you on your season of Are You the One? I give you honesty. I will always give someone props for that, for saying the truth. But girl, you're like at a 20. Just bring it down a little bit. Nelson,
Yeah.
you're funny.
Yeah.
Right now, you're just hilarious to watch.
She seemed like she was just
being
being crazy for the sake of being crazy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see her, spitting the truth. And, sometimes some people you're there to make money and you're there to make, not a bet. What do they do all the time? I can't even think right now.
To alliances.
Yes,
to
exactly.
build alliances.
So
yeah.
I totally get that. But, I mean, you don't have to be a bitch about it either.
Well, it was stupid. I
Yeah.
mean, she was already. We can't help ourselves. We have to jump to her craziness
Yeah.
at the end. I mean, she was just rubbing everybody the wrong way. And it's one thing to be, strong and stand your ground, but just to pick fights.
But nobody's attacking you.
Yeah, nobody was going at her. So she was just trying to cause drama.
Yeah, I think so, a little bit. Stir the pot, which is,
Yeah.
I mean, that's reality TV,
Right.
and that's what they want. At the
She
same
didn't
time,
seem drunk either. Do you think?
No,
Yeah.
not at all. Now, as far as replacements go for the show,
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I didn't either.
I don't like when people get kicked off and then they bring someone new. I don't think it's fair.
I know.
I don't think it's fair that you get to skip the first 5 challenges
Yeah.
and kind of start from there and
maybe too, if you're gonna bring somebody in, bring people in that have proven themselves in previous
Before.
seasons. So it's like, all right, you thought it was maybe Teresa.
I swear I thought it was
we
her.
were replaying it over and over again. Like, who is it? Somebody
Yeah.
like Teresa, she's proven herself. She's been involved. There are
Or
so many people.
Laurel.
Yeah, like.
And I totally get if they're not available, but as far as replacements, I feel like if you get kicked off the challenge and it may not be your fault because you have a partner,
Right.
it is what it is. Continue the game. The show must go on.
Right. And I don't know, I kind of felt bad for Nelson. I feel like he's just paired with this sociopath. Like, she does not know how to act, and I think she's really going to be bad for their team. I think she's putting a target on her back, and I don't know how long they're going to be in the house.
If you have a temper,
Yeah.
that will hurt you. And
Yeah.
and also my heart goes out to her for her dad.
Yes.
Of course.
I think she tries to be tough.
Oh, of course,
Yeah,
you
she
know.
puts on that outer shell and to protect herself,
Right.
but really it doesn't come off
No.
very well. And, if she would open up and be a little bit more vulnerable about her situation, people would connect and really take a
I think she
liking.
would get friends. Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Friends from that. I mean, as far as the game and being smart, then play it smart. But I mean, I guess we're going to find out.
Yeah, I don't know. That was so weird that, well, okay, first of all, let's talk about the challenge, the actual challenge. This was one for the books. I mean, gyrating on giant bars of soap
The
with people you
come
hate.
up with it.
And of course, it's male, female teens. Just
No,
to
my
make
favorite,
it
my
super
favorite
sexual.
is Bananas and Sarah.
Oh my god,
You can't finish anything in 30 seconds. That was great.
she's amazing.
Are you kidding me? That's like pure hate for each other, you know? I don't know. I
oh my
loved
god,
it.
there were so many. First of all, didn't you love seeing there were some guys that were so fit, and then there were some guys that just were totally out of shape. I mean, what happened to Wes? Wes used to be ripped, and now he's looking a little chunky monkey.
But he's doing well in
Yes.
these challenges.
You know why?
But I get what you're saying, because I mean, I think some of these guys are attractive.
Yes.
As a viewer.
Yes.
So I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
That's not what I thought that was. but
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, they
But-
look different,
Yeah.
in their when they're fully clothed versus their tidy whities little Under Armour outfits there. But anyway, first group that went were all the Are You the One, and then Nicole and Dario, and Christina and Nate took it away with their bony butts.
Hey, go bony butts, because
I know, I was
probably
thinking
would
I
have
would
won
have
too.
rocked this challenge.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got that
So-
bony butt.
So if you guys missed the challenge, basically you sit on the soap and you grind.
Yeah.
And you grind and to get the soap off to find the numbers, and then you run to the jerseys and hang them up on the clothesline.
Pin it up. The thing was called dirty laundry.
Yeah.
So there were T-shirts, and then you hang up your laundry with laundry pins once you get the numbers.
I don't know.
So-
I felt awkward, and I needed blindfolds to watch some of it. I mean, Ashley and Corey.
well, that was
Corey
a
was
whole
dancing on
sexcapade.
it. I don't.
Yeah. As she said, she's been having a lot of practice with Jamie. So she was moving, she was groaning, she was all
Well, they
about
got
that.
third place in their group, so
Yeah.
I don't know how much practice.
At
that
least
is.
they got through. Although this challenge doesn't even seem to matter.
No,
Because there was no elimination. But anyway, Christine and Nate, I was actually impressed. They proved to themselves. They had been a little rocky. Well,
Nate is still at the
Christina
bottom
came
of
through.
my-
Yeah, I mean, he's lackluster. But then the next team, Wes and Nani came on top. Of course, leave it to Wes to find the secret to the challenge. He
He's
realized
smart.
he is actually really good at playing this
Yeah,
game. I
he
mean, as
is.
much as you love to make fun of the fact that he's, thinks he's the godfather of the challenge and the mastermind, he was the first one to realize, hey, we don't have to rub the entire bar of soap off.
Right.
Just the sides, just to get the numbers, and then we can, and they won first
Yeah.
in their group. So it worked. And then, of course, Tony and Camilla also did well.
Tony. I'm sorry, but every time there's a challenge like that, of course, he has to be the one and be like, "Oh yeah, dirty
he was
thoughts."
into it. He is just horny. He cannot help himself. I mean, he is the little puppy that hasn't been fixed. That's just
It's
humping.
Camilla. Camilla's my girl. We had her on the first episode. I love her. She's my favorite. So I mean,
and
you
she
can't
said
hate on
this
that.
herself about her partner. She
Yeah.
was like, he just can't control himself. But he was all about it with Camilla. He was like, she's this rugged competitor. He was getting turned on during the competition.
Hey, at least he's honest. Can't
And,
knock that.
and who was it? The yoga girl. What's her name?
Kellyanne.
Kellyanne. She was saying that she thought Tony was kind of hot too.
Oh,
Doing
yeah.
that. So
He's good looking.
he is good looking. I mean, if he could just reel it in a little bit.
Okay, now on to the dinner.
Oh, but wait. Also, again, at the bottom was Jess and Johnny.
Oh, that's right.
So I mean, they were
was right
proving.
about
I
that.
thought that maybe they would be a good team.
No.
but they're just
No,
not.
I feel like as if you're a team and partners and you're trying to do something as great and big as this, it's true what they say, you're only as strong as your weakest link. And if you don't have that connection or that camaraderie,
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up playing sports, and so I knew how my teammates played. I knew what they were capable of. I knew
Yeah.
their weaknesses and strengths and things like that.
Yeah.
So if you don't have that or take the time to even build it,
Yeah.
you're not gonna do well.
Yeah, it's really true. And they just don't like each other. I mean, I
No.
actually feel like Jess really wants Johnny to like her.
Oh, she
and
thinks
she
that he
thinks that they're
is-
like friends,
yeah.
but they're not. And he
No.
really, when it gets down to it, he doesn't like her. And it's definitely going to influence their performance. So,
Oh yeah, they're not going to go very far at that, and I think it's
Yeah.
going to be something so dramatic and just something so horrible for it to come out.
Yeah.
And for her to realize that.
Yeah. Not looking good for them. Okay, so then we found out the big surprise, which is Amanda and Nelson were allowed to take two couples to go experience what's the city again? You say it. I can't say this. This is like I took French in high school. I can't speak Spanish at all.
Spanish.
So they went to go, and nobody wanted to be picked. They all thought that this was a twist. They all thought they were going to get screwed by God. I did too. I mean, I actually think I would have liked it more. Probably would have been slightly more entertaining to see some crazy challenge go down.
Yeah, I think the show itself is trying to come up with twists and new things and ventures for the show.
Yeah.
To keep it going after so many seasons, and it's doing okay. I mean, I'm still a fan. I'm still here talking about it with you guys.
Yeah.
I don't know. This one to eliminate. Yeah, an elimination?
It seemed weird. I guess they must be like thinking down, planning out each episode.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, okay, we lost the one team, we got a new team coming in. Maybe this is a good time to before we just eliminate.
Yeah.
Because it probably would have been Amanda and Nelson going home, or at least going into the jungle with a big likelihood of going home.
True.
I think the producers were like, maybe we should give them a chance to, get in there, shake things up a little bit.
Oh,
obviously, Amanda's the firecracker.
Yeah.
And I think they wanted to kind of just strengthen the bonds between everybody or make the bonds worse. You know what I mean? Make things worse. Just cause some drama and some connections and things, which I think that's what they're, kind of accomplished. Obviously, by Amanda going back and acting like a crazy person.
Agreed.
So, but not before they all went to their tequila tasting.
I wish
dinner.
I was there.
That
would have been
fun.
I've never done it, but I am Latina, so tequila and tacos are my thing.
Ugh,
No, that dinner was quite the show because Amanda, I don't know, is it the alcohol and everybody that just gets them all riled up? I mean,
went for Johnny.
I mean, I drink, but I don't
Bananas.
attack people like that. So it's like, I don't know.
I mean, I don't think I would, if I'm new, I understand you want to go in there, you want to be strong, but I wouldn't go up to Johnny Bananas and just tell him, what did she say?
I'm going to cut your dick off.
Your dick off. Yeah. I'm going to effing cut your dick off. I was like, whoa, girl. He's not somebody you want to mess with.
Mm-mm.
And then we've got the genius Nelson sitting there being like, I can't trust Sarah and Johnny. Hello, have you nobody can trust Johnny. Like,
no,
Bananas.
it's Johnny. He's done this before. He threw Nani under the bus last season.
Yeah.
Sarah's my girl. I'm sorry.
It is hilarious to me that he has the audacity to be mad at Sarah for pulling his own move that he's done to everybody.
The game, though, and the thing that I hate is that he wins. I think it's hilarious, and I do root for him.
Yeah,
but
he's
the
guy you love to hate. It's
exactly.
Just he's great.
But
I still want him to win.
Getting mad at Sarah.
Yeah, it's just so hypocritical.
Nelson, you are brand spanking new.
Yeah, he needs to get a clue, and he also needs to get his partner in check.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's able to. She's a lot, but anyway. And
I don't know.
Okay, who was the other team? It was Simone and
Thomas. Simone, you're killing me.
That's another partner I feel bad for is Thomas. She is just like Simone, his troublemaker.
Okay, this whole they start talking about Wes, and they do start trying to get to know each other at the dinner.
But they were asking the dumbest questions. They were saying, "Why do you guys hate each other?" I mean. Like, why are you rivals? I mean, that's not the best conversation to bring up when you're trying to connect.
Well,
right?
I feel like they're not trying to connect as friends. I feel like they're just trying to get to know each other.
Up,
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that's what Sarah was saying. Like, I want to know your weakness. I want to know your likes and your dislikes and what you're allergic to and how to put, like,
that's true.
things like that, which is what is smart and what I would want to do.
Yeah.
So, but the whole Wes and Simone.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. I was dying with Wes. He was he's a tool.
He thought that there was a whole grandiose plan where they were all going to be eliminated.
I would have thought the same thing. Yeah, with Jenna and Nani, I think he was talking to.
Yeah.
Of what this whole dinner could be, and all it was a dinner.
And what did Banana say at the dinner? He's like, Wes is sitting there back at the house saying,
he knew.
Everything that's happening. And he was really far off. But it was funny to watch the juxtapositioning of the two conversations. But yeah, Simone opened up about her attraction to Wes at the dinner, kind of going out, you know, on a limb for him, defending
When you're drunk,
him.
anything will happen.
But then she gets back to the house, and Wes wants to hear the scoop, and she doesn't want to talk because she's kind of blushing about what she said about him at dinner.
Which, by the way, if I were drunk, I probably would have said everything. I've been like, we had tacos, we had tequila, we had shots, we had this, we had
I
that.
don't know why she's a drama queen,
Well,
though.
but see,
Like,
but I
she could have
wouldn't-
just said, we had dinner, like, whatever.
But I wouldn't want to tell him. I don't think she realizes what Wes was trying to do. Wes was trying to, like, figure out what was going on. And I don't think she realized that.
Yeah.
Sober or drunk. No
She just
offense,
wanted
but
the
I
attention from
Yes.
him. She wanted to create a whole emotional thing. And
But he has a girlfriend.
he kind of just was like, girl, you're tripping. Like, I'm not talking to you. Like, he was not interested.
the line.
He's like, wait, you like me? Like, or whatever.
You have a crush on me?
Yeah. And she was like, yes. And he's like, oh no. This
And-
happens all the time.
Hey, he tried getting that info.
Oh my gosh. She just, she needs to clue up. I mean, we all knew that Wes had a girlfriend. He's pretty upfront about that, unlike some of the competitors. I mean, he was like, he actually said it earlier in the challenge when he was talking about how he would be riding the soap with Nani, you know, apologizing to his girlfriend back home. So he's fairly upfront about that. I feel like Simone, you know, just because a guy tells you out at a bar that you look nice, that you have a good outfit on, doesn't mean that he secretly wants to hook up with you. Maybe he's just being nice. He's trying to build friendships. He's trying to build alliances.
Take a compliment.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think sometimes with women, and, you know, speaking for all the women, I think sometimes your insecurities do come out. You do have them, and especially when you're drinking, and sometimes you just want a little bit of attention. I think that's what he gave her, and I don't think he realized it. I don't think he was like, Simone, that's it. That's my pawn right there. That's the one I'm going to go. No, not at all.
And he can be that way.
Yes.
We all know him to be that way, but I don't think he was here.
No, I think that he went to her about this dinner because she was just an easy target.
Yeah.
It ain't going to happen with Sarah. It ain't going to happen with Amanda.
Yeah, comfortable with her. I mean, they do have a bit of a rapport, like as friends. Yeah. And I think he was just like, give me the scoop. And then, of course, she had to make it into a soap opera.
As did Ashley. Ladies, you're not making it look good for us here.
You know, but it's like that camp mindset when you go and everybody has to get their crush and, you know, you're stuck in this place together and, you know.
Yeah, well, they don't have anything else to do, so why not?
So what else was happening?
Amanda with the little Tasmanian devil at the end with her and Camilla.
Oh my gosh, that was such drama. Again, she's just like burning a lot of bridges really fast. She was first attacking Johnny, who was actually not Johnny Bananas, the other Johnny. He was just trying to connect with her. He was saying, you know, what season are you from? Small talk. And instead of just kind of going along with it and trying to have a nice convo, she started freaking out.
No.
You don't want to. You don't actually care, like.
Which might be true. He said he didn't care.
Yeah.
At the same time, that doesn't mean you have to rile it up. Just be like, I'm from season 3. Okay, bye. See you later.
People all the time do small talk, and the other person may not really care, but it's just cordial and it's trying to build a friendship.
Right, but she also fucked up because she went after Johnny. And then that's Tony's boy.
Yeah.
And then you have to deal with Camilla. I mean, I don't think she thought about this, but I mean, Camilla.
I would not want to take on Camilla. I mean, she's already told Johnny Bananas that she wants to cut off his dick. And now she's going after Camilla.
The veterans, look, if you're going to attack the big dogs, you better be smart about it and have a plan because this isn't going to work out for you at all.
Yeah. It's like if you go for the king, you best not miss. Like, she better not screw up then because she's going to be in the jungle like every single challenge.
I feel like this wasn't a good challenge to see how people perform. I think I mean, you guys saw it too,
weird.
right?
I mean, Christina and Nate, the fact that they won their round.
True.
They're one of the weakest physical, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. I just hope Amanda gets it together. I mean, I'm glad that we get to see the drama, but I mean, get it together.
I think it's sweet that she's wanting to win for her dad, but like, be smart then.
Yeah.
Be smart. I thought that, and then she was kind of saying like, where's Camilla coming from? Why is Camilla attacking and getting involved? You're attacking her partner. Therefore, you're attacking her.
I feel like all rookies should, if you're going to be casted on to do this challenge, go back and do your homework. Go back and watch all the episodes. That's what I would do. I've been watching since day one, but I know how everybody's playing the game.
Exactly. And I think the other thing is so many new competitors come on and they're just wanting to start a rift and start fights and get drama going on. But honestly, some of the best moments are when actual friendships are formed. Yeah. And like we like to watch that camaraderie and that genuine connection between people develop. It's not all about hating one another.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's kind of fun to see like Leroy and Bananas now. Yeah. Like they have like a bromance together. Yeah. Don't you agree?
No. Oh yeah, I do definitely agree.
So I don't know. Word to the wise, Amanda. Stop causing so much trouble so early on. But I don't know. It was a good episode. I think there's a lot of exciting stuff to come.
Yes, predictions.
Yeah. What are our predictions?
Let's get into that.
And now, your Afterbuzz TV predictions.
I just want to start off by saying, how the heck do you get a torn butthole? I mean, I've never heard of it. No offense to anybody that has that. I'm just curious.
Well, it sounds like a lot of them were hurting after that challenge.
Yeah.
Johnny was saying he felt like he had herpes, and to ask Tony what it feels like, I thought that was funny.
I want to see, like, the non-footage of all these jokes that they're cracking.
Oh, my gosh.
They're the best part of the show.
Yeah. So what are your predictions other than torn buttholes?
Fights. I do a lot of reality shows here at AfterBuzz, and all I want to see are fights. That's all I've ever talked about. So I mean, and we do see one in the preview. We see Camilla argue with Nicole,
and a lot of them were talking about going home.
Yeah, Camilla, hello. You're on my. You're like on my bracket. I mean, come on. Yeah. I need you. I know you're not going home because I know you're not a quitter. So I'm just gonna ignore that you even said that.
Yeah.
And then we see someone throw a punch. I don't know how many times that we
rewound it.
Yeah,
over and over and over again.
Who was throwing the punch?
And we couldn't tell. I think it's.
You think it's one of the rookies?
I thought it was Nani hitting Camilla.
No,
because
Nani
they were
knows
in each
better.
other's face. I know.
Nani knows better.
Then I think it's Amanda.
I feel like it's one of the rookies because the veterans like Camilla and Nani, they know better not to hit because you'll get kicked off.
You'll get kicked off. Automatic.
Yeah.
I feel like it's Amanda because she was just like, she doesn't know her place. But I don't know.
I would put money on that too. What else?
So you're predicting fights.
Yes. The next person to go home, I feel like it's going to be another rookie.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. They're all going to go in.
Yeah, I'm also predicting just more and more twists. They keep changing things up on us. Every time we think we've got it figured out, something new happens. So I don't know if actually he gave him a night of partying, but I think there may still be an elimination coming up.
We still haven't seen the house party that they supposedly
he said see you at the next challenge, but I don't know. It could be a double elimination then. You know, I think there's going to be some twist coming up. I don't think they're just going to let everybody hang out drinking all the time.
Who are your top 3 teams to see in the final?
Definitely Sarah and Bananas. I think they're going to do really well together. Vince is terrible, but Jenna's awesome. I definitely think Jenna is going to take him pretty far. And then I got to go with my girl Camilla. I think Camilla and Tony could do pretty well. Wes and Nani, maybe. I don't know. What do you think, Paulina?
I said bananas. I said Bananas last season too. I'm going to say him and Sarah, I think it's a given. They're going to get far.
Yeah.
Let's see. Nani and Wes. Wes is smart. And Nani is a really good team player. So as long as they've got that going on, I think they're good.
As long as she doesn't get too emotional and get crazy and start causing fights. And
Agreed. Jenna, I always loved Jenna from day one, but I think that her back is going to hurt from carrying the team the rest of the time. So... rooting for you, Jen.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are my top. But then again,
so we're pretty close.
Last season we had a rookie team get 3rd place.
Yeah.
Corey.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's a good competitor as well. Well,
Jamie's good too. They could be the dark horse. Jamie and Kellyanne, because she is fit.
Yeah.
And he's fit, and he already won one.
True.
So. Once you've done it, I feel like so they could be the dark horse. We're underestimating them because they kind of fly under the radar. Kellyanne doesn't get into much drama. Yeah, I don't know.
I guess we're just
a lot of different ways it could go, but exciting stuff. All right, guys. Well, check back with us next week at AfterBuzz for episode 4, Rivals 3. I'm Angela Struck, and you can find me on Twitter at @TheAngelaStruck and on Instagram at Angela Struck.
And you guys can find me, Paulina Aguilar, on Twitter at _Paulina Aguilar and on Instagram at Paulina M. Aguilar. Until next week.
Yes.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.